Hey guys, today I'm going to be making a terrarium with this jar. For aquarium, we're going to need some gravel. You guys can either use aquarium gravel, or normal gravel, that you get at hardware or something. Today I'm going to be using gravel I got for free outside my house. It has naturally been cleaned and filtered from this little leak in my gutter. And we're going to fill our jar about a quarter, a little less than a quarter full. And there we go, our jar is going to be filled just about a quarter of the way. Now we're going to add this mesh into the jar. Now we're going to add a mesh into the jar, something the water can get through, but it won't let dirt get into the rocks. So we do this so it doesn't contaminate all the dirt and make it all mucky and stuff. You guys can either use what's most popular as a screen for screen doors and window screens. But since I don't have that for free and available to me, I'm just going to use this little piece of cloth I got with holes in it. Another cheap alternative would be a paper towel, but some people don't recommend that because it'll biodegrade super fast and it won't let the water go in and out of it fast. Alright, I got it in there, and on to our next step. I filled this lid up all the way with charcoal. So the type of charcoal that you use does matter. You want to have a charcoal that's pure charcoal with no artificial chemicals. The kind you use in your grill is artificial and has all sorts of chemicals that you don't want in your terrarium because it might harm it. I'm going to be using an all-natural charcoal from that burn pit right over there, and it's perfect for what we'll be doing. You guys can also go to a local hobby store. They might have a charcoal, maybe a pet store if you guys live in a bigger city, which you can make terrariums because there's plants all over the place. Here I have my charcoal, no chemicals or anything except for the natural chemicals, which we do need and we all have. And look at this. This might need broken up a little bit more. It's in bigger chunks, but it's perfect for what we're doing in our terrarium. This charcoal is going to help filter the water, and all these little crevices that the charcoal has will help house our bacteria, like beneficial bacteria. This is great stuff for using in your garden or terrariums, which we almost need it. If you guys do live in a bigger city and have access to this, it is alright. You can still build your terrariums without it. Just some terrarium people don't recommend it. I'm just going to use it because I have it, Why not? And here, we're going to ground this up a little bit better. So you guys want little charcoal chunks, kind of like this. This size is what you want. And to do that, I'm going to shake our charcoal up in a glass jar. We got it in our old jar. We're just going to shake it up until it's in little itsy bitsy chunks. Here we go. So now we're going to add this charcoal that we just made, or crushed up, into our terrarium right here. Here we go. So we got some bigger chunks, but most of it's all broken up. And there we go. Nice little layer of charcoal. And this jar will need washed out. It's quite dirty. You move that around a little bit, and that is good. Now, some people will recommend having more charcoal. I think that is the perfect amount of charcoal. So, we're going to move on to the next step. Step will be grabbing some soil. Good thing I have a great compost system. There we go, we got a nice shovel full. So we're just going to add that in without a layer of mesh. Here we go. We got some nice little critters in here. Hopefully some springtails to help the decomposition process. If the plants die. And there we go. I don't think we need all the soil. I'm going to put it in there anyway. It's time to find some plants. My favorite step. So it is cold and t-shirt, jacket weather. Everything's melting. It's super wet. So this is the great time to look for those hardy plants you want in your terrarium. Because most of the softer plants that wouldn't last long have died to the cold and everything. It is late December, late December. So perfect time for looking for plants if you're in the my area, which is in good vegetable garden area. I don't know how to say that. So I'm gonna look for plants all over my yard, and I'm sure I'm gonna find a real good one. So we're gonna add multiple plants, including some moss. Looking around, trying to find the best plant for my terrarium. Look at this little guy. I'm definitely gonna add him. And for something a little bit bigger, I'm gonna add these two, this one and this one. And this is a spot I've got moss from before, my moss garden. Here we go. Look at that beautiful yellow moss. And look at these ones. Just gorgeous. Look at those. Beautiful plants. Definitely going to incorporate those. Shh. I'm going to be using one of my mom's butter knives to get the plants. Starting with these two. They came out pretty nice. Time for the moss. There we go. Came out pretty easy. There we go. This one came out pretty easy too. I think that's enough plants to fill our jar. So here's me putting all the plants in the jar. Here's the finished terrarium. Looks real nice. It'll look better in my bedroom. My dad's really gonna like it. It's got the little plant that looks like a tree in the back, and the moss has a nice bottom to it. The other plant. Real nice. Hopefully this will last a long time. The thing about these terrariums is you actually don't need to water them. Since it's all closed, the water from the bottom will go to the top and it'll evaporate, and then it'll kind of rain down onto my plants, which will water itself and clean the water. That's the point of the charcoal and everything. Just look at that, beautiful. But I am gonna leave it, and I'm gonna open it if it needs a little touch up here and there, since it's only so old. And after about a couple days, once I know it's gonna last a long time, I'm just gonna leave it closed and not touch it. Let nature take its course and do whatever it wants to do to the jar. And lots of microbacteria from the compost in the jar, and the rocks, and the little cloth did a really good job of separating the rocks from the dirt. If not, the dirt would be all making the rocks look dirty and muddy. So, perfect. This will be great. Well, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. See you again.